views. The question remains, can these elections reflect the will of the people? But the point is, the exercise is slated for today, and we are already 15 minutes in. I'm joined by the program's manager of Nigeriainfo FM, Port Harcourt, Carl Orakwe, and I'll start by asking him a question I'm certain he cannot answer. I can bet my left kidney that I love desperately that Carl does not have the answer to this question. Good morning, Carl.
Yeah, good morning to you, Sam. Good morning, Port Harcourt.
How you doing?
Well, fine.
Are you ready for your question?
I'm wondering what that question is.
You can't answer it.
I'm not an encyclopedia, but I'm just wondering what the question is.
I promise you, if you answer it and you answer it correctly, I don't know, I could bet something that, I will give you my car keys for a week. You drive my car for an entire week.
No, maybe you give me those favorite biscuits of yours.
Okay, so here's the question. Who is or was the first female local government chairman in Nigeria? Exactly.
It was who it was.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to look that up because I don't know as well. I thought about it. I'm like, how do I not know this? I say, okay, if I'm going down, everybody's going down. Well, Carl, here we are. It's finally August 30, the most talked about day in the entire month, I believe, or a couple of months, if you may. Lots of controversy trailing this. Is it to be or not to be? Some say they will vote, others say they will not. There are court cases. And this is quite a unique one, an election in an emergency rule. What's your initial take?
Well, like you did mention, you've said, it's been controversial in itself. And the controversy actually starting from the fact that we had elections, local government elections, sometime last year, was it about September or thereabouts? October, thereabouts. And, that was cancelled. The emergency rule came in. Then this coming now. Truth be told, I'm thinking most people did not think this will happen, despite the fact we had those court rulings, that basically made way or gave those who were in the local government office who evicted them or moved them out. People were thinking we will not have this now until seemingly there is some, should I say, sense of River State being settled.
Yeah.
When we say settled, that's not being in a state of emergency. So that's been the argument, all this while. And to tell you the truth, it's meant that nothing really has been happening. We've had no government at the local government level. I know the sole administrator has now appointed, administrators at that level.
Yeah.
But you see, it has not been what you would have expected, because seemingly they will hold back. There's also some limit to what they can do, and if it was a democratically elected, government in place. So, anyways, this one, everyone has looked forward to, should I say, government at the local government level. But like we've just pointed out, the controversy surrounding it taking place now, I don't know how much that will affect those who will come in or not coming.
I've had conversations with people who said the 2023 election was the first election that they participated in.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a particular factor why young people were drawn to that election. Generally, Nigerians are not quite, when it comes to elections, generally, they're not forthcoming. Those who decide to be socially conscious, nationalistic, and patriotic, you almost see them as if they are weird. Oh, why are you going to vote? The system is this, that. Now people are beginning to vote in general elections. Now, if that is the level of apathy with general elections, I'm thinking of local government elections.
What's the apathy? No, but you see, that's if things were normal. This is the election that shouldn't enjoy apathy. Do you know why? This is our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
This is Priye's mother's, Priye's daughter or Priye's son. Somebody somebody you went to secondary school, because he's going to be contesting, maybe perhaps wants to emerge as a councillor or, that local government chairman. This is our own. So this perhaps should be the one where we should not have apathy, because you may say somebody who is in one remote community in one local government, he will say, how does the state affect me? So when they're talking about the governor, how does it affect me? How does the president affect me? There's bound to be that kind of a mentality. But this, if things were normal, should be that which should enjoy, people coming out in large numbers to vote, because I know how campaigns are done. Someone has actually come to meet once when I went back home. It happened to coincide with the period where elections were near. Someone came to my compound and now said, remember, our families have been your father and my father, that kind of a thing. So you see, this is supposed to be that election that is closer to the people. But bringing it back to what you've said, we've seen the level of apathy at the national level, and similarly, Nigerians are, that issue of trust. 2023 was different. This, in my opinion, maybe June 12 was the last time we had such. 2023 was that massive. The people are discouraged. The people are not happy. The people are, have lost some level of confidence. So yes, Sam, there will be some apathy. Just seen one of our correspondents has dropped. People were trading at Rumokoro Market this morning. So that means seemingly they don't have any business. That people were trading. It's going to be up on our social pages, so you could also go to our social pages and look that up. People were trading at Rumokoro Market this morning.
Carl, I feel like Rumokoro is the exception to the rule.
Why should it be?
Nigeria could literally be shutting down the Rumokoro Market.
Will still be active.
You see that market in particular. There's something about the traders there. They are defiant. I recently, as very early, I needed to, go drop someone somewhere. And the traffic that I met at Rumokoro at that time, I wasn't exactly shocked, but I'm like, what exactly needs to happen for this market to literally pause? And I'm yet to find what that thing is. But hey, while that is the case, I don't think the point I'm making is Rumokoro should not be the case study for, right? Because they play by their own rules. And I remember in 2023, we were also here at the Situation Room. I was with a professor, I can't remember his name. And we got reports that, people who fry akara were still on the road. They were doing their thing. And I said, are they frying?
That one is different.
Are they frying for the voters, or is it because their business is morning business? But as events unfold, as time elapses, we bring you reports as to whether or not people are a part of the process. There is also the culture, Carl, and this is away from River State. This is even with Nigeria. The idea that some people do not even know what a local government election should feel or look like, because for a long time we've had, what we call CDC chairman here. We've had different states appoint people to oversee the local council. Of course, the Supreme Court waded in to say, no, there's independence across different tiers. But many Nigerians do not understand this process. They've never seen it.
No, but we've had local government elections in most states. Yes, at a certain point in time, it became kind of like norm for governors to appoint people and take charge or take control of the local government. But that said, even across the nation, we've had local government elections, and the difference will be in the fact that it's not conducted by the independent as the national electoral body, and it has more to do with the state controlled electoral body. So that's where the difference. But we've had elections, so people have seen, I'll say people have seen the elections take place, but it's not been something that has been has happened as much as perhaps you would have loved it to happen. But going by the recent rulings and going by what we have, the precedent, or rather what has happened recently, so this should become a norm. This should become a regular. People at the local level should be able to put in place those who will represent them at that level, and it shouldn't be a matter of appointments or selections.
I agree completely. And this is also a word to the media. I'm talking about media across various platforms. I think that the sensitization and awareness around the involvement of citizens to local council elections, administration at that level, it needs to be at an all-time high. This conversation reminded me, Carl, of, I was on leave recently. Yeah. And the entirety of that leave, I traveled because I had work to do. And at the time I got to Lagos, I can't forget this conversation. The guy who was sent to pick me from the airport while we were driving to the hotel, if you remember, Lagos had local government election recently.
Yes, they did.
Yes, so that was, just around when the elections. And I just engaged with the driver. How far? This one, did you participate? Waiting happened. He said, no, even know, say something happened that day. And something he said, that the people who usually are the local government chairmen, now he was talking of a different local government area. Say the one where be our own chairman get house for Lekki, they even come the local government. I remember him saying that vividly. So waiting I want go, when you go finish, you go be chairman, you go still they go Lekki, we don't ever see him. And just hearing that from him, I felt a certain way.
Yeah, so you see, he feels discouraged.
Yeah.
He feels bad due to the fact that at least the person who is supposed to be their representative is somebody they do not see. And this is what we've said over the years. Local government chairmen who do not reside in the local government, who stay in town, who stay at the state capital. So that's why when you hear them campaign sometimes, you hear them say, if you vote me, I will be chairman who,
I'll be around. You can access me. My office will be open. My doors will be
open. I know. Also, just a very quick update. Though we'll speak to them later. Our correspondent Andrew Fiemi, who is out around the Gokana and the Ogoni axis. Now, at Kiwara in Gokana, people are busy with their business at the community market. We even have the video of people going around about their normal business. They are buying and selling at the market there. It's Kiwara community in Gokana.
All right, we'll take a break now. Coming up next, of course, we'll be taking more updates. I'll have conversations with analysts who will give us a better perspective of administration at the local level. Stay with us.